Oh my goodness, why are there so many platforms for building and selling courses? Where do you even know where to start? This one's too basic. This one's focused on marketing. This one hasn't been updated in forever. This one is glitchy. It's a lot. Fortunately, there is one platform that cuts through the noise and gets it just right, and that is Kajabi. So if you've ever dreamed of selling your knowledge and building a profitable course, this is the video for you. Today I want to show you how simple it is to use Kajabi to get your first course done and up for sale. So today I'm going to be going through a step-by-step guide to teach you exactly how to do that. All of these creators have built seven-figure businesses using Kajabi, and if they can do it, you can too. And we've made it even easier for you to start your business by offering a 30-day extended free trial of Kajabi. You can pick any plan of your choice. All you do is complete the online form and you can start building your business without spending a thing. All you have to do is check out the link in the description below and click it to get started. You're already an expert in your field, whether that's languages, business skills, fitness, or something else. But using a course building platform for the first time can feel overwhelming. You can feel like a complete beginner and that you're out of your depth, especially when there's loads of features to navigate. That's why I like Kajabi, because it's made it as simple as possible to get your courses built and up online for sale. And let's face it, running a business is complicated enough without the added stress of a platform that's difficult to use. Kajabi changes all of that and makes it as straightforward as it possibly can be. So if you're ready, let's jump into a quick tutorial. I'm going to teach you how to build your course and develop the sales page and get it ready so you can get the sales rolling in. So to get started on building the course, you just want to head over to Products, Courses, and you can click New Course. I've already built one out here, so I'm going to show you that in a minute, but I just want you to see the setup process. So drop in your course title. And then this is important, stick in a brief description of what your course will cover. The reason for this is Kajabi uses AI to generate a course outline and some other elements which can be quite useful because it saves you from having to do everything from scratch. So make sure you think about the points within your course and put them in the brief description. It doesn't have to be too long, but the AI just needs to know what it's supposed to generate. So then click Next. And you'll be asked to just change the colour of your course appearance. You can do that later as well. You don't have to do that right now. And then drop in an image. You can get these from free sites like Pexels if you don't have any. And that'll upload, and then just hit Next. And now this is where you can decide whether you want the course to be free or if you want it to be paid. So as I said, if you haven't connected your payment gateway, the only option you can choose is free. So here you've got the options to have multi-pay. So this is regular payments, subscription, or a one-time payment. So the difference between multi-pay and subscription is multi-pay is a set number of payments and then they finish, and subscription is ongoing until the individual cancels. So let's just select a one-time payment here, put 500 in. I like this option too. It's let customers pay what they want. So if you don't really have a fixed price in mind, or you want to give more flexibility on payment options and in the hope to drive more sales, then you can just click that and customers can choose how much they want to pay. So pick your payment gateway if you've got more than one connected and hit Next. So this is going to take a few moments because the AI is doing its magic and generating a course outline. Well, that was pretty quick actually. So here we go. Here is your course outline. It's been generated, and if you just click these drop down here, it will show you all of the lessons that it has created. So to build in new content to your course, you just click Add Content up here, and you can add in the desired elements, or you can head over to your existing modules and click to Add Content, and you can do that too. And if the order of your content doesn't really make sense, you can just pick it up and drag it into the right spot. I recommend getting your structure sorted before you start adding in all the lesson content, because it allows you to see how the course flows and you can make adjustments before you add everything in. To add course content, all you do is click into the lesson and it will open up the editing page. So this is where you add all of your videos, audio files and any uploads, and of course your text. If you used AI to generate your course lessons, then you will notice it has already built out some text for you. It's pretty standard ChatGPT stuff, so I imagine you will want to edit it quite heavily or delete it entirely and add your own stuff in. You've got a bunch of formatting options here, so you can make your text stand out, you can add images, you can add links, just to make it as engaging as possible. To add download files, you just click here and you can upload them by dragging and dropping them into the box. And here is space to add your video and audio files. Now, if you are creating lessons and you want to cater for different learning styles, then it is a good idea to create a video version, an audio version, and a text version for each of your lessons. It's also a good idea to have it in a downloadable format as well, because then people can choose the best way for them to learn. And it also helps them stay engaged with the course content because it works for them. Just take a look here because I've already built out this lesson so you can see what it might look like as a finished product. I didn't format the text or anything, but here I've uploaded a file, I've got a video, I've got the thumbnail image, and then if you click here in preview, you can check out what it's going to look like from the learner's perspective. So here I would make the text stand out more, I would add some more images in, just to make that pop a bit more and make it more interesting. Hopefully that's shown you just how simple it is to create your lessons in Kajabi. As I said, the whole thing is super user friendly, so everything is pretty intuitive and obvious. As long as you've got all your content ready up front, dropping it into Kajabi will take you a matter of hours, if not less. I just want to hop over back here onto the course structure page. You can see here we've got the difference between published and draft. You have to go ahead and publish all of your course elements because otherwise you can't sell it and it won't be visible to the public. So make sure you do that before placing it up for sale. And if you click this drop down here, you'll notice you've got the option to drip the course content or you can lock it. Now the difference between the two is dripped content will only be available to the learner after a set number of days. This is useful if you want to stagger the modules and only release them one after another. This can help control the learning path and make sure that the learner isn't skipping from one module to another and they're taking it in the right order. Locking content is really useful if you want individuals to pass a quiz or complete an assessment before moving on to the next module. This is great for making sure the individual understands what they've learned, and it helps build the foundational knowledge before they move on to perhaps a harder or more complex section. So you can choose those two options. You can have one or the other or both. That's up to you, but the options are there if you need them. Moving on then to the options at the top of the screen here. You have the ability to customize by changing the template. So that's going to change the overall design of your course. It's quite limited. There's 7 pre-made ones to choose from. So you just pick it and you can preview it and you can install it and it will change automatically. And there are also third-party creators out there selling Kajabi templates on other platforms. So if you do purchase one, you can click here to upload it and you can use that one instead. So it's just a good way to customize your course and make it look a bit different from the standard templates that Kajabi offers, although it will be more expensive because you have to buy them. Here we've got offers. When you set up a paid course, it automatically generates the course, well, buying the course on its own as an offer, but you can create new offers. So why would you want to do this? Well, if you have more than one product that you have created, so let's say you've created 2 courses and you want to offer them as a bundle, you can create a new offer here and that will be available for you to place onto your sales pages. So once you get started with building courses, I recommend creating bundles because it adds more value to the customer. Once you start getting customers, you'll be able to view them in this tab here. And here under certificates, you can create a certificate for when an individual completes a course. So once they've successfully completed it, the certificate will be automatically emailed to them in digital format. They can download it and show it to whoever requires to see it. And then finally, let's just jump into the settings here so you can take a look at what you can configure. Here we go back to the title and the description that we added in at the very beginning. You can adjust it as needed here. You can change the product thumbnail. This is a really interesting one and a feature that I personally really love. Kajabi has its own native live streamer. So that means you don't have to mess about with Zoom or integrate it. You can just use Kajabi's inbuilt tools. So if you want to provide live sessions within your course content, then you just switch on this option, add a title, a description, and a schedule, and you can even automatically upload the recordings as lessons so people can refer back to them if they miss the live session. So this is a fantastic way to add extra value to a course and make it stand out and make it more appealing to potential buyers. Another brilliant way to add extra value is by enabling a community for your course. Now, the community feature is another outstanding thing about Kajabi. Again, I love it because you can do so much with it. You can run events, you can set up challenges, you can create different chat circles for your members to engage with each other, and best of all, it also includes the live stream features, so you can jump into a live session anytime you want, or you can create scheduled live events. So it's fantastic, and if you're not planning to include it as a paid add-on, then you can just enable it as part of the course. So that means your learners can jump from the course content into the community and ask questions whenever they want to, and then jump back to the course and carry on learning. So again, a brilliant thing to use and a brilliant way to add extra value. And then here, if you want a more basic version, if you don't want to include the community, you can have lesson comments on, so learners can ask questions within the course content and then you can answer, or you can choose to remove that altogether. I recommend choosing one or the other. Use the community or use the comments, but maybe not both because it can get a bit disjointed and a little bit confusing for the learners. And just like that, your course is created and it's ready to go on sale. So that means there's still a bit of work left to do. We need to go and configure the checkout, but hopefully this portion of the tutorial has just shown you how quick and easy it is to get your course content up and ready to go. So let's head to the sales tab, and we are going to click on offers, and then we are going to select the offer that we created earlier when we set up the course. So you can change the description and the title, and you can choose which products to include in the offer. Just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to keep it as a single course. Here are some interesting options. You can choose to begin access at a specific date. So if you have groups of learners that all need to go through the content at the same time, by choosing a specific date, it means they can all start on the exact same day. So this is really good if you are including live sessions and other content that requires everybody to be present on the same day. Also, you can restrict access to a specific amount of days. So if it is a course that only lasts for a certain duration and you only want people to have access for, say, 60 days, then you can set that here. Post-purchase, you can choose for the customer to go straight to the member's product library where they can access the course, or you can create a specific landing page, or they can just go to a custom thank you page. So it's up to you where you send them. And then here we've got the post-purchase email. You can send the Kajabi default email, or you can send a custom email, or you can send nothing at all. I recommend sending one of the two emails because then it acts as confirmation that the course has been purchased and that the customer can access it. And then here you can add automations in at a later date if you want to. Now let's head back up to the top where we can jump into the pricing tab. So if you need to adjust the price of your course, then you can do that here, or you can change the payment options. Let's keep it as one-time payment. You can also change the currency if you want to charge in a different one. And you can just view your connected payment providers. Here, if you want to set a quantity limit on your course, then you can do that here. And you can set a time limit if it's a discounted offer, for example. Up here is where we can add upsells. So In this instance, I've chosen to include the community as an add-on. So I've set it as a $20 a month subscription fee. And you can see here you've got the option to add a downsell as well. So if the customer doesn't like the upsell that's displayed on the checkout page, you can also include a downsell. So it's just a way to just gain a little bit of extra revenue and get the customer to purchase more. So you can do this by clicking here to add an upsell, or you can create them over in the offers tab, and you can set up all your different offers and then add them here in the upsell and downsell options. I'm just going to jump into settings to show you the options available there. Here you can choose to send the course as a gift at checkout. So when a customer purchases and they want to gift it to someone, then an email will be sent to the recipient. You can send customers to a third-party email provider if you've integrated it with Kajabi, but Kajabi has its own emailing system, so it's not necessary to do this. You can choose to get notified when a purchase has been made. Of course, you can view all your sales within Kajabi, but if you want to get an email, then you can just add that option. Cart abandonment emails, if somebody puts their course in their basket but doesn't actually make the purchase, then you can give them a nudge by sending one of these emails. And here is if you set up an affiliate program, you can activate the commissions, but we're not going to worry about that for now. The most important thing I want to show you is the checkout. So we click up here to edit the checkout, and this is where you configure the page and add in all the little things that convince the customer to buy. So over here is where you configure everything. You notice you can choose to adjust the form fields. Make sure you save after you make a change, otherwise it won't reflect on the page. So you can configure that. You can configure the page content. Just want to show you a checkout page that hasn't been configured. So this is what the default page looks like before you do anything to it. Kajabi provides a little bit of guidance as to what to put on there. And then you can fill it out as needed. As you can see, it looks a bit uninspiring and boring. So I recommend adding videos, images as you need. And I've also added in a customer testimonial here because social proof is a great way to convince people to buy. And then you can see here I've added my upsell offer, which is access to the community. You can see it appears as a little box. And then if they choose not to add it, then the downsell will be offered to them at the point of purchase. And then just from the customer's point of view, this is what it looks like. So there you can see, nice, clean, simple sales page. So yeah, once you've done that, you are ready to go. Before we wrap up this tutorial, there is just one final thing that I want to show you. Having a great checkout page is one thing, but you also need a great landing page with which to sell your products. So to do that, you want to head down to website and then just click into landing pages. And you're going to see here that Kajabi has automatically generated a landing page for you. That is if you used its AI to create your course outline. So all you do is click into it and it's going to open up the page editor. So the landing page is basic. I'm not going to lie there, it is basic, but it does give you a good foundation from which to build your own customized page. So of course you can add in your branding colors, your logo and all the text. To do that, you just click on each page element and you'll see the editing button, and you'll be able to edit things just here on the left hand side. So if you haven't used the page builder before, I recommend just creating a duplicate of this page and playing around with it and having a practice until you get familiar with how the tools within the editing screen work. Once you've got the page looking how you want, you just hit save, and then we're going to go back to the landing page list, and you can see it's similar to the course content. We need to publish it before it can be viewed by the wider world. And just like that, your course is ready to go. You've got your course, of course. You've got your checkout page, you've configured all the sales options, and you've created your landing page. Those are the basic elements you need to set up in order to start making sales. Now it's worth pointing out that Kajabi has helped over 100,000 entrepreneurs collectively make over $5 billion in sales. And they all started where you are today. And I've already said this, if they can do it, you can do it too, so there is no reason not to get started. And speaking of getting started, don't forget to click the link in the description below for an extended 30-day free trial for a Kajabi plan of your choice. And if you like this type of content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, as we'll be regularly putting out new videos like these. My name's Jay. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.